Hi, I'm your host, Stickman. Whether you're an individual or a business owner, I have the expertise and the heart to help you succeed. I'm dedicated to empowering people to achieve their financial goals and live their best lives. Through the study of financial figures, I make complex concepts easy to understand and implement in your own life. Join me in an episode of Figuring the Figures so I can help you master your finances. What's up, everyone? This is an episode of Figuring the Figures where I dive into numbers and studying numbers and breaking down numbers in any kind of business or form of business. My goal is to tap into different kinds of markets and industries or businesses and budget down and break down the budgets from the finance and the business side of it. That way, if you're interested in starting a certain business of any kind, you'll know kind of what it takes to start off with that business. Now, I'm an entrepreneur at heart and I love helping people. I've realized that I'm like an implementer where I use what I have and I plug it in or help people plug in the missing pieces to what they do and what they want to do. Because what a lot of people like to focus on is what they love doing. And sometimes it takes more than what you love doing to get something done. Like, for example, if you're doing music, there's a business side to it. If you're doing art, there's a business side to it. If you're doing YouTube videos, there's a business side to it. And there's also just implementing strategies that are required in order for you to put yourself out there and get some traction, right? So I'm here to help you make that transition easier. And sometimes um, to save you some time on whether you want to do it or not, because I think a lot of people jump into the idea of doing a certain business until they realize the work it takes, because they're just focused on, oh, what money is it going to make me, what kind of numbers am I going to see, right? But then you're like, wait, it takes this much work and this much work and this kind of experience and this kind of study and all that. And that's what I'm here to break down. But more than anything, break down the numbers for it. That way you are aware of what numbers you need to come to the table with for you to get started. Without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce pretty much the overall plan I have here for figuring the figures. I will first implement the 7 baby steps that Dave Ramsey teaches. For those of you that don't know Dave Ramsey, he is a financial coach and he has 7 baby steps to get you to wealth the quickest way, right? He's a financial coach who has a big fan base, a wide fan base on just pretty much teaching them how to control their money, how to like approach their money and break down their budget to, have a successful life. What I'm here to do is saying like, hey, these are the steps. You have to get to this step first before you're able to start your business or start putting money into your business. And when you do, you will have a limit on how much you could put into your business considering your financial circumstances. That's where I'm a little bit different. And again, I'm breaking down the startup costs and the startup, like pieces that you need to put together so you can get the ball rolling. Personal story, I think it ties into why I'm doing this, is that for those who do know me, I've been doing music or merch or uh, selling snapbacks at school, right? Selling candy, and it anything to make money takes money, right? So you got to spend money to make money. That's always been my motto. Whether I'm doing music or I'm in the uh, another kind of business, that's kind of what I'm already set on. Like, it takes money to make money. After I learned that, I'm like, wait, I'm here chasing a hustle that I probably don't even really love or enjoy, because I'm thinking of, oh, how much money can I make from this? And then I realized the work it takes, and I'm like, wait, but if I don't love doing this, why should I even continue to do this? Why not do something I love and make money from it, right? So it took me a while. I probably like 10 years to get to this point to like really set in stone on what I want to do. Let's see, the importance of education and empowerment. Like, let's get into that because I feel like that's what we all need in order for us to like get ourselves to that next step. you have to educate yourself and empower your abilities to do things the right way, and not really just look at the money, right? Look at the why, on why you're doing this, the reason that keeps you going, and the reason why you don't want to stop. Because what the money's gonna do is gonna go up and down like this, right? It's gonna be like a wave tide. And I know a lot of us always expect it to be straight up, never go down, never be a downfall. But that's not gonna be the case. So what are you gonna do when there is a downfall? How are you going to keep yourself motivated to keep consistent and keep some momentum going in order for you to like feel that drive? Another keyword here is accountability. You got to realize where you went wrong, or where you can do better, or where you fell short, or where you can go harder, right? So that's my take on all that. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that in this episode, in this season, we take accountability for the things we do, and that way we can empower ourselves with education. Right? The more we know, the better we'll be able to use what we know to do what we need to do, or what we want to do. I want to share testimonials like from clients to like show the effectiveness of my methods, right? Like I do want to coach people on a financial term, but at the same time, like I want to have fun with like my business. Like it could be podcasting, music, and the merch, right? And whoever sees what I do and how I do it and wants to take and learn from it, I'm here to like offer in a way coaching services, or my hand to say, what, look, this is what I did to save you some time. This is what I learned, and that's why I'm doing the podcast, because if you're in for the journey, you'll be able to know like kind of what I went through and what you can learn from. Maybe I'll get you a shortcut on how to take care of a certain thing that if you didn't know and you had to face it on your own, you would be like, okay, what do I do here? You'd have to figure it out 2, 3, 4 times before you make that happen. Just like Dave Ramsey is teaching us the 7 baby steps because that's the quickest way to wealth, I'm going to teach you all the things I've done and mistakenly done, so you can feel like you're not just wasting time, and so you can stay motivated and driven to do what you want to do. No matter what industry it is, no matter what market you tap into, you have to learn to like take on challenges, right? That's my goal. That's what my goal is here to do, to teach you how to not let that bring you down, right? Now, if you're interested in joining the podcast as a guest, go to stickman.com /contact, and you'll be able to submit, a question or whatever. I do have stickman.com /booking, where you can book a session with me, and it will show available times that I have. It can take us 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, how long you want to take before we get on a session. We could talk about whatever you want, really. Like, I'm up for just learning about a process that I haven't tapped into, or somebody who's kind of with the same goal or something similar, but their situation is different. And it's kind of like a puzzle. No situation's always going to be the same. And so if I can learn from you while you learn from me, then it's a win-win. I'll have like free tools, free guides, free forms of like educating people on what I have and what I've learned through this journey. So if you go to stickman.com, you'll find like most recent news or most recent updates on the website. If you go to stickman.com /budgeting, actually it's /budget. It could be either or. You will be able to find free budgeting tools. So you'll see like the way I break my finances down in order for you to, have your own like tools and help for yourself on that way. So yeah, for those who haven't seen like the previous episode, or haven't tapped into YouTube, I have a short video on me introducing the website and how I have my website set up. If you ever want to like collaborate and you know, do something website wise, you can always reach out and I can help you like create a specific link to whatever you want to do. If you don't want to take the time to build your own website and all that, but pretty much if you go to that last episode, which is introducingstickman.com, you'll be able to understand like what I did to showcase what I'm capable of, right? So again, figuring the figures will be a breakdown of numbers. A breakdown of numbers through the entrepreneurial journey that I have and that I'm currently on, and whatever business I'm currently doing at the moment, I will do my best to break that down to help you understand the business side of it, in case you ever are interested in doing that kind of business. You'll at least have a little bit of insight on what it takes financially to get started. The next episode will be baby step number 1. I'll go ahead and run through the 7 baby steps before I let you guys go, so you guys are aware of what the few next episodes will be. And then when I'm done with those episodes, I'll go ahead and start my actual journey, like the documentation of what I'm doing and what I'm breaking down, and show you like a transparent way of how I'm doing things on my end, to pretty much like filter out all these ideas and business things that I have in mind. So the 7 baby steps. The first baby step would be saving $1,000 of emergency funds. If you are either in debt, or you have a little bit of savings, or you're stuck somewhere financially where you're like, I don't know what to do, and you don't have $1,000 of emergency funds, well, that's probably where you should start, because those emergency funds will help you for any hiccup that you have, right? Any type of emergency that you don't have planned or that you're not aware of, that's where you fall back with those $1,000. Second baby step will be paying off your debt from smallest to greatest, and I'll tap into more on that in the next episodes when that episode comes into play. But pretty much here is the hardest step. It takes about 2 years on average to get through that step, because you're paying off pretty much the hole. You're filling in the hole you're stuck in, right? That's pretty much what step number 2 is. Step number 3 would be saving 3 to 6 months of expenses. So whatever you spend on a monthly basis, you're actually saving 3 to 6 times that. So whenever you do have a situation where you lose your job or something crazy happens, you have 3 to 6 months of time to have another plan to recuperate your strategies and all that. Like, you're able to set a plan for your next move. Step number 4 would be invest 15% of your household income into retirement, or uh, actually starting your business. So if you are a person who's like, I don't want to retire from the job I'm at, I want to start my own business and do my own thing, well, if you're going to weigh out your options and take that risk, are you going to risk into, the job you have and waiting till you're retired to be able to, you know, live a life? Or are you going to take that risk and say, you know what, I'm going to use this money, I'm going to start my own business, shoot my shot, and have an opportunity to live my life the way I want to outside of work, doing what I love, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with either one. You can enjoy your life working your 9 to 5 or working a regular job. Some people just don't want to do that, and others do. However, this is an entrepreneurial podcast, so I'm going to implement that idea into this episode, into this show. That's something Dave Ramsey really doesn't do, because he just kind of like does it for the people who are like, okay, I want a job, right? I just want to live my life how I'm living it now and be able to be set by the time I'm like, retired or whatever. So that's kind of where that twist comes in on my end. And like I said, breaking down all the numbers. So that's step number 4. Save 15% of your household income and put it into an investment. Number 5 would be save for your children's college fund if you have a child. Now, if you don't have a child, you kind of skip that step. Number 6 would be pay off your home early. Now, Dave Ramsey does say step 4, 5, and 6 are all done together. So while you're investing into retirement, while you're paying off your children's college, you're also paying off your home. Now, we'll dive deeper into those things later on in the season, but those you could kind of do all together. Number 7, which would be the last step, is build wealth and give. If you're already set, why not give and share that wealth, right? I think that's very important because it shows who you are. Like it provides people to understand the true character in you. When you have money, it's tough when you haven't had it coming up and you have it and you're like, wait, I don't want to get rid of this and I don't want to get rid of that. But at the same time, you have to understand that we're not here alone on this earth, right? And if you want to help others, you're going to have to share some of what you're able to do to help the next person, because somewhere down the line you were helped one way or another, right? And this is just your way of giving back. You've made it. You're there. So why not spread that love, right? And that's the whole idea behind the 7th step, is to be there, but at the same time still not be settling for, okay, there's nothing else I should do. Yeah, go ahead and spread that love while you're here until you can't do it anymore. Very important. There's a quote that I've recalled various times, and it's pretty much saying, in life you have to learn what your gift is, right? And give that gift. And once you learn how to do that, once you learn how to give your gift, that's when you'll be successful. That's when you'll understand the meaning of living, of life, of pure enjoyment and happiness and fulfillment. Because God gave you a gift specifically to you for a certain reason. And that reason is for you to give it away. Ironically, right? But yeah, those were the 7 baby steps. And on the next episode, we'll go ahead and dive deep into baby step number 1, which is saving $1,000 of emergency funds. This has been the very first episode of Figuring the Figures with Stickman. I am your host. I am your guide. I am your coach. If you ever need any help, if you ever need any guidance, if you ever need any motivation, go to stickman.com, where you can, get tools and anything you need to help yourself. For episode notes and descriptions, go to stickman.com/podcast, and there we'll have all information that we talked about within the episode. I love you guys. Thank you guys for tapping in, for listening, for joining me. And I hope that I can grow with you and I can learn from you guys too, as my audience and as my colleagues, because I think eventually one day when you're able to and when you're willing to, I would love to collaborate, and I would love to bounce ideas back and forth so we can continue to give to the world. You didn't just come to this episode for no reason. You came because you wanted more of this, and I do too. So when 2 people bring an idea to light, we can make things happen. I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you on the next one.